what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Max Engagement. I'm your boy, Gage.
Your boy, D.
And yeah, today is another off-the-cuff review. We saw for the first time Hell Comes to Frogtown, directed in 1988. And there seems to be a little contention with who directed it, so it was apparently directed by multiple people. Stars Roddy Piper, your boy from fucking They Live, and from my understanding, you're a big wrestling fan, right?
Yeah.
So you probably know Roddy Piper better as a wrestler, right?
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, for sure. Have you seen any other movies with him before?
I think I have, but I just can't recall.
I think he's only done maybe like 3 or 4 other movies.
I know he did like a legit action film, like where it's like, and he was on TV show a lot. He was on TV shows back then. Yeah.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, I think he had his own for a minute. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the only thing I've seen him from is They Live, because I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. Mm-hmm. So I've seen most of his work. I had heard about this movie from I watch a lot of course. If you watch what we watch, you're probably a Joe Bob fan.
Joe Bob.
So we watch a lot of Joe Bob Briggs.
The GOAT.
I first heard of this from his show on Shudder. But I never got a chance to watch it while I was on Shudder, unfortunately. So I didn't see Joe Bob's version of it. So this is both of our first time watching this one. And right off the cuff, what do you think?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Holy shit. We've been watching a lot of like weird mixed bag movies. Did you enjoy it?
Kinda,
yeah.
Yeah, because it was real slow for a long period of time in the beginning.
It took forever to get going. It definitely gave you the premise almost immediately.
Yeah.
But only in like it was spoken to, and it didn't really show you much of like the post-apocalyptic stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't even see any of the mutants or whatever until like, I don't know, that was like what? Maybe like half an hour through the movie, maybe more?
Yeah, they did show it in the beginning when the black guy, and he ended up shooting him, and he said ribbit.
Oh yeah, well he was masked, so you didn't really get to see him, but you just heard him go ribbit.
Yeah. So I was assuming it was one of those. But
you thought he said something else at first.
Oh yeah.
Like, wait a second.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Whoa!
I'm offended.
I definitely liked this one. This is my type of movie for sure. It definitely was slow burning, and I was like, because I did know like the basic premise of it, and watching it, I was like, what? This isn't. I don't feel like this is what I signed up for at first.
Yeah.
It seemed more like a porn parody.
Yeah.
Like a Mad Max porn parody at first. Very, very odd. So the basic premise of this is Roddy Piper is fucking Sam Hell, and it's a post-apocalyptic world where I think it was most of the men died, and most of the rest of the human race that was left alive still were infertile.
Yeah.
So Rodney Piper is one of the last, not only last men, but one of the last fertile men.
Yep.
And so he gets captured by the government. It kind of reminds me of another John Carpenter movie, of course, Escape from New York.
Oh.
Where at the beginning it's all like, you're our only chance, you're our one man. We're letting you out to this one time because you're the best of the best. It's kind of like that. It's all like, oh, you're 1 in a million. We gotta let you go under contract. You're now property of the military. They put this weird fucking chastity explosive
like
belt on him. Yeah, for sure. And like they're like, okay, we gotta infiltrate this place called Frogtown. And there's fertile women there because the leader of the Frogtown has been building a harem. And so they gotta rescue the harem, and then Roddy Piper has to get to business.
Yeah, he gotta lay that pipe down.
And so most of the movie it dragged on at the beginning just because it's like it's just them traveling. for a lot of it, and then camping, fucking you see the machine gun chick's tits, and you're like, okay, cool, that was cool, but the rest of it is like, I'm not feeling this. Roddy Piper, I wish he was in more stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny.
I think he's fucking great.
He's a good actor too.
Yeah, he's a great actor. In the two things I've seen him in, he's great. If you haven't seen They Live, check out They Live. There's this like crazy long fight that he has with Keith David that's just fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. You know that quote, I've come to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Yeah.
I'm all out of bubble gum. That's from that movie.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I think all the performances are really good in this one. When they get to Frogtown, that's when shit goes off because they don't even explain it. They're just like, oh, check out this bar. The fucking stripper is a frog person. What?
Yeah.
First time you actually see one, and I'm like,
what the? What the hell?
Okay, and it does a slow pan up too. It does it on purpose. It's like oh, check out this sexy bitch on the fucking pole. Check her out. Check her out. Oh god! Oh no!
God. It was very disturbing.
A little intense. Oh, D said that he'd still tap smash, but
I probably would. The fighter was nice.
So yeah, I think performances. Roddy Piper, of course, was fucking amazing.
Yeah, he was great.
Sandow Bergman as his captive handler lady, yeah, for sure. Like his security or whatever.
End up being lover type.
Yeah, for sure. She was pretty decent in this movie too.
Yeah.
She wasn't bad. Not many human performances exactly, but the frog people, fucking amazing. So I'm not entirely sure, like, if it's the people doing the voices, because of course it has to be ADR.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, there's no way. Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if the people behind the masks are the same people doing the voices, but whoever was doing the voices, holy fuck! Every time you turn to one of these frog people, it's like, we've been watching a lot of weird movies where it's just so fucking.
It's grunts.
Yeah, for sure. The last video, Bad Taste. Same thing. The elephant, the aliens are just like, whoa.
Sound like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like I got to give props to the performances of the frog people just alone for being in that much like prosthetics. I feel like half of those motherfuckers, there's no way they could be like see. You know? And yeah, for
that was
sure.
them tossed around a lot, and they was nailing it.
Frog lady stripper, it was reminiscent of the OG Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah, like kind of mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Which was really revolutionary for its time, of course. You know, like no one had seen anything like that at the time, even though it kind of looks goofy nowadays. Yeah. But you put that on like a frog prosthetic with, I'm sure, what was probably a shit ton of KY jelly.
Yeah, a lot of it.
And then it looks pretty fucking cool. There was one toady, or one frog. I think his name was Toady.
Yeah, Toady. Yeah.
The eye patch one.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
He's just like out of nowhere has like, I wasn't ready for like his delivery of this line. He's like talking to another frog guy that has like fucking swimming goggles on.
Yeah.
and he interrupts the dude and he just goes, "Shut your hole!"
And how they made the mouth move.
He's like, "Oh!" Like, "Oh, holy fuck!" At this point, like it had been kind of slow, and we were starting to get a little like bored, and like you know, that woke me the fuck up.
Yeah. Like, what the
holy shit balls!
Whoa, that's a jolt.
Yeah, really interesting. So I'd give those performances just the voice work for the toad or for the frog people and just the performances of the people with just most of them just had fucking probably a bunch of just fucking a robot head on them.
Yeah, like. But they did very well, like just making it look so realistic.
Animatronics and shit. Yeah, they probably had just yeah, exactly. It looked really good too.
Yeah.
You could tell it's a low budget movie, especially in especially at the beginning where it's all like, oh, is it going to be one of those movies where it's all like they just fucking shot a bunch of footage in like the desert or some shit and called it good.
Yeah.
And I thought that's where it was going, and for a bit it did, but then like you get to the city itself, I'm like, wow, this actually is kind of impressive for like it's very Mad Maxy. We're saying that throughout the movie, like it's very it's like Mad Max meets Battletoads.
Yeah, Battletoads. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my god.
Fucking I thought right when it reached there, the production went up in like all regards.
Yeah.
The setting, the I think the story picked up finally. The effects, really good at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go into production. What do you think of the production itself?
Yeah, like you said, like once it got to that part, the production went up.
Yeah.
So I give around about like a 7.5, 8.
So what did you think of the production itself before it hit that part? Because there's a lot of crazy camera angles at that point,
Yeah.
And I think Roddy Piper's performance was the only thing that kept me hooked during the boring parts.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. But what did you think of like the production value at the beginning?
Yeah.
Couldn't see the money on the screen. No.
Yeah, I just couldn't because like you gotta have me into it like there to even like appreciate the production. But if I take a second look at it, then yeah, of course I can see it then. But like just right off bat, it's kind of hard because I'm kind of bored right now. I'm not I'm kind of like.
It's a little hard to nitpick it at that point because it's all like, okay, we've been doing the same thing for a bit.
Yeah.
What I noticed was there's a lot more static shots, of course. At the very beginning, it looks like they're just in a regular old office building, and I'm like, oh man, it's going to be like that. And like I said, at that point, at the beginning, I was like, it reminds me of Mad Max, the first one. Whereas when they get to Frogtown, it reminds me of Road Warrior or Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Whereas the beginning of this movie, it reminds me more of the first one, where in the first Mad Max, it's a great movie, but you could tell they tacked on the post-apocalyptic thing more towards the end.
Yeah.
Because it's not really fed into the story too much, and it felt like it was going that way at first in this movie. But it escalated eventually.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to really. I don't really want to say it's like this movie, but that jolt, maybe not as direct and shocking, but it kind of, that transition sort of is sort of like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
But maybe more smooth, like it's like the movie kind of warns you that it's like going into crazy territory because like, oh, we're going to mutant territory, yada yada. Whereas From Dusk Till Dawn is just all like, oh, Salma Hayek turned into a vampire. Yeah. What the fuck?
Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little more. It eases you into it a little bit more, but it still escalates into like a little bit more of a batshit movie.
Yeah.
Which is that's. I wish it was more like that all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's probably intentional. I don't feel like it's like a production thing, where they're like, "Oh, we ran out of money, just shoot this in an office." I feel like it's somewhat intentional.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially around by that time.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, late '80s. There was these kind of movies were a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Maybe not this fucking weird, but yeah. Well, there definitely was your fair share of fucking crazy ass movies at that time, of course.
Yeah.
Especially the '80s, mid to late '80s. Yeah, but let's go into sound.
Whew. I think the sound was the sound was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see where they put it in key points where it's like, okay, when they getting shocked, it's just like, whoa, shoot, getting, when they, oh my gosh, that was crazy.
It was a serviceable soundtrack.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to write home about, but it wasn't anything just I'd say
amazing.
Well, it wasn't anything amazing, but on the other side of the coin, it wasn't anything like fucking weird and didn't make sense like the last movie,
oh my
Bad
God.
Taste, where it was off kilter. This, it's an action film, of course. It's a weird action film, but it's an action film, so it has your usual like action musical cues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And of course, pertaining to sound, the ADR, of course, the voice acting, or whatever for like the frog people and stuff, fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was
that was
so awesome.
That was my favorite part of the movie. When the frog was on the screen, oh my God.
Yeah, every moment the frogs are on the screen, they're like, oh, okay, I'm back into
crazy
this.
gonna happen. He's gonna start yelling.
Yeah, for sure. He's gonna start doing something crazy. Yeah, that fucking eye patch frog was fucking hilarious. He's just all like, I need to tell you, you're one weird dude. What the fuck?
It's like this corkscrew thing in his hand, like.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yeah, I think all the voice is good, the sounds are good. It's very serviceable for its time.
Yeah.
So story. What do you think about the story?
Very out there.
Yeah.
Very out there.
Very
like,
fucking creative.
I would have never thought like, whoa. When she was explaining in the beginning, I'm like, alrighty then, okay, okay. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, when they were explaining at the beginning, it didn't seem like what she was saying really would be shown on screen, and a lot of the times it's not until the end, of course. I thought this story was creative as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've really seen a movie like this. The only thing that I could think of that has sort of the same premise, not even sort of, just has an inkling of the same premise, is Y: The Last Man, which is a comic book. Mm-hmm. But the only thing that's the same with that is like it's this last dude. All the males of the human race have died of a disease or virus, and there's only one man left, and it's all women. And this is sort of like that, not exactly, because they do say that there are men left, just not many of them left.
Yeah. And
the few that are left, even fewer of them are fertile. But I don't think I've ever seen a movie with frog people. I mean, I might have, but I don't think none spring to mind.
Yeah, nothing like live action, like
yeah,
cartoon, but
yeah, oh yeah, like some Battletoad shit. Yeah, for sure.
What the world?
But I was very surprised that, like, for what I had seen up until the point they showed them, I was like, the mutants or whatever are just gonna be like, have some shit on their face or have a little makeup or whatever.
It sound weird, like voice distorted or something like that.
But no, they went all out with the frog people, which I think was awesome. And I think the story, I think the script could have used a little bit of a punch up, maybe a little bit more work, but I don't know what the budget on this was, because it's a little confusing. If it's like a micro budget or whatever, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's certain parts, I wouldn't say there's plot holes in this film, but there's certain stuff that I feel just don't add up, or it's kind of rushed,
Yeah, like just rushed over, like.
Which is kind of weird to say given how much the beginning dragged on, but I feel like that's why I felt like a lot of the other stuff was rushed. Like the frog people, as crazy and awesome as that was, I felt like that was a little rushed just because it took us so long to get there.
Yes, man.
That's
the only thing.
but I think and even overall, like even with all that craziness, the plot is sort of simple for the most part. Kind of, well, the premise is a little bit more complex, but the basic story itself is more simple. It's just they're going to free some fucking some women from some crazy mutant or frog people, you know. So it's pretty simple, but I think it works. It's pretty cool. And that leads us to our last point, which is visuals. So, what did you think of the visuals?
The visuals, I like the visuals. Like, as you
Very-
said, they had good angles and stuff like that. And,
especially when they reached Frogtown.
Yeah, and the frog people.
So good looking. Like, they look really impressive special
Like
effects.
how the eyes was moving.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Facial expression, like.
They're like the eyelids are going.
Yeah, just like a frog.
One eyelid is going. Argh.
Yeah, like just like a frog.
Yeah,
like,
it's super cool.
I was like that. The little texture.
So the little texture.
Yeah, the
with
textures
eyes?
of like the eyes and like the facial expressions of the frog was great.
For sure.
Really great.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Like the throat.
Yeah, it's like it was.
With them like, oh, you know, moving. Pretty impressive. I think, this might be a lower budget movie, but I think the time that this was made was like the golden age of special effects. You know, this was right before fucking CG. And everyone's like, oh, we got to put CG in this movie because it's new and it's impressive and stuff. A lot of movies in like the mid-90s and stuff don't really hold up because of it.
No.
But this was right up to the tippy top point when we've like mastered those kind of those practical effects, you know. Something I just think that's it's like really impressive. Like find any like action or horror movie or something from this time, from like the late 80s. Most of the time, if they have a decent budget, they're gonna look pretty awesome, impressive. But yeah, I think the visuals on this were really fucking good.
Especially about the three snakes.
Oh, no, no. You know, I think I like spaced that whole part. Like I immediately removed it from my brain.
I was trying to, but it was just so shocking.
Right when that part happened, I was like, no. Like there was a point where
the build up.
Yeah, where he's all like, oh, you need to do the dance of the three snakes, and I'm like, oh, what is that? What the fuck is that? And she's doing some like sexy belly dance or whatever. And this fucking frog dude's all like getting worked up. He's like, oh, I'm like, no.
And paying Ben on him rubbing his knee like.
No, and I'm like sitting there, no. And then he gets up and you see his kilt going like three little. You rouse the three snakes. I'm like, no!
Oh, no! He proceeds to show her.
Oh, and I'm so glad that he didn't show us.
Oh my God. I don't know.
So just the thought still is like, ugh.
Oh my gosh.
And then she fucking kicks him in all three of his dicks.
Yeah. Oh, and that frog guy ended up kicking Ryder Piper. And
I was all like,
oh my God.
Fucking intense. I was like, oh my gosh, are we sure that he's still fertile after that?
He did like a punt kick. Like he got like a little jump with it.
He worked the fuck up for it.
Oh my God. Oh, he got hands too. He got hands.
Oh yeah. That was a good, he was giving him the business.
Yeah, like,
the Rodney Piper out of nowhere had a fucking katana. Yeah, like what the fuck is, what? And he uses, like the only time he uses it, there's like a guy with a bazooka. And he just.
Yeah, just right here, wham, and it went all the way through.
Like, what did I say? With the last video with fucking
when the guy was on the
with
floor.
Bad Taste, when he threw the machete, it reminded me of Deadpool. Same, it's the exact same thing.
Now, this one right here is closest to Deadpool because
this one's fucking funnier. I like this one a little bit more. I don't know, the other one with Peter Jackson getting slayed in the neck was pretty cool.
Yeah, oh my God. He was eating a brain.
Yeah, I think the special effects were really good in this one. Not much gore, not much blood.
Nah.
I think the only blood in this was when the fucking leader dude punches Rodney Piper in the face and instantly just blood just.
And it was also blood when the dude took the sword out of him and tried to
Oh
cut it out.
yeah, a little blood right there too.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy.
Nah.
There's a little green frog mutant blood too when homie gets shot. But
Yeah,
that's,
just a little.
Yeah, just a little. Other than that, like no gore or anything, you know. But still, even without that, the special effects did shine through just because of the frog people.
Yeah.
You know, really fucking impressive.
Yeah, they carried that.
Yeah, for sure.
And
For sure.
Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah. I think this was a really well cast movie. Just like I feel like like I said earlier, I wish Rodney Piper would have done more movies because he seems like a dude that like really thrived in those really off kilter movies. You know, I feel like it. I wonder why John Carpenter didn't work with him more because he seems like just the kind of guy John Carpenter would work with a lot. Like a Kurt Russell, just even more with a hint of Nicolas Cage, you know?
Well, with that, Roddy Piper was kind of on some heavy drugs back then.
Oh,
And drinking,
okay.
so
he was probably hard to work with, huh?
Yeah, even in wrestling, like he
That's
was
tough.
not going fully safely through with the moves to help the person, and he was really hurting people. So and
what do you mean? Aren't they supposed to really hurt people? Wrestling's real, right?
Well, speaking of that, in the interview where the interviewer said like wrestling's fake, and he proceeds to break this guy's arm.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He was very rowdy.
I guess that's why he's called Roddy, huh?
Yeah. And very off kilter, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, what? Did he wear a kilt?
Yeah, he wore a kilt.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Of course he did.
Yeah, he was going with like a red kilt with a leather biker jacket on and his shirt up under it just said Roddy Piper.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's unfortunate because dude's a whole lot of fun. You can see like it looks like he's having fun, with this role. He was pretty good in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for sure. Any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Oh man. Me thinking about it again, like the movie was good.
Yeah, would you give it a rewatch?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of the beginning part, so I can fully just take in,
Yeah.
So I can pay attention to the words,
I hear
first
you.
seeing it was like, but
it got you a little.
Bam! It's like, whoa, okay. No, I missed something. It made me want to see it again now.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will. I mean, maybe. I did really enjoy this one, but I don't know if I'd sit through the whole thing again because it really the beginning did definitely drag on for me. But I did really enjoy this one. I thought this was fun. The weird kind of crazy people fun that we like to have here on the channel. And I think it definitely does stack up with the other movies we've covered so far.
Yeah.
It is definitely right up our alley. And even though it had a slow start, a lot of those movies that we watch and enjoy that are fucking batshit insane, they do have a slow burn at first,
Yeah, but it wasn't drawn out that long.
I don't know. I mean, some kind of like Mandy has it's drawn out, but the rest of the movie, the second half of the movie, makes up for it in spades.
Yeah.
What else? There was something we watched recently that was drawn out. Oh, I want to mention this here too.
Right?
Eraserhead? Eraserhead can kind of get drawn out too, but there's still consistently weird shit throughout the movie. Which I think it still makes it engaging, even though it's it can feel a little slower. There's still weird shit all throughout that film.
Yeah.
Another crazy fucking movie. No, I was thinking of Not Mandy. I did mention Mandy.
I'm trying to think.
Because we did watch In a Violent Nature, which is nothing but a full just slow burn movie, and we didn't like that. We found that just boring throughout.
Just one kill.
One good kill, but it wasn't worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
You just look up the kill on the internet, you know, and be good. But there's other slow burn movies that I think are really really good and engaging still, like 1973's A Wicker Man. The whole movie is kind of sort of a slow burn. Rosemary's Baby is a slow burn, but I think that's still pretty good. The Shining is a slow burn. I think it's still good too. I don't think that the beginning of this is really a slow burn because those movies, they make you feel like throughout it it is building up to something.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, it caught me off guard when it had built up to something, because it didn't feel like it was building up to something, if that makes sense. It just felt like, okay, this is what the whole movie is going to be, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be really engaged with it. Yeah. But I still enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So, would you recommend this one?
Yeah, I recommend.
Awesome.
I recommend, because he might be a type of person like Gage that can see how some of the production in the slow burn parts is like, okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I say give it a try. I'm gonna watch it again. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend this one if you're a drive-in mutant. You've probably already seen it before. Mm-hmm. And if you're a drive-in mutant, if you're watching this channel, you probably do watch Joe Bob, or at least have heard of him.
And if you also like wrestling, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did. You said he did his signature move.
Yeah, like the eye poke. Yeah, so
he just,
like,
right before he does the eye poke, he does the wildest. Just. There's a couple times where he went to an 11 real quick out of nowhere. I'm like, oh Jesus!
Yo, when they was shooting behind him, he looked back there.
It like reminded me of like that one fucking part in Samurai Cop. just bug eyes. Red face. Did you see that?
Oh God, I don't see that.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's perfect, right?
Jesus
there.
fucking Christ! Holy smokes!
I love those moments. Those moments in movies.
Yeah, there's parts that just catch you off guard, where you're just like, whoa! It's not just the frog people that caught you off guard in this movie. It's Roddy Piper being a crazy person.
Yeah, especially when you get shot and the frog dude was in front of him, you getting electrocuted. Just like the little thing that brushed the ear and just like, you was just fucking screaming like.
He was just like, no, get it off!
It's like you was really in pain. That's you did a great job with that one.
Yeah. I think it's commendable too, having to act in front of this wackadoodly looking dude.
Yeah,
that's covered in like frog prosthetics and shit.
Like you really pulling this off, bro.
And act like your life is in immediate danger.
And constantly yelling. The frog is constantly yelling at somebody. Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure. So we both recommend this one. 2 big thumbs, way up. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. If you have seen it before, comment down below. Let us know what you thought of this one. Sure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for checking out the channel. I've been Gage.
Pete.
And we're out.